All right, so now we're going to get into some uncommon games, some rare games, harder to find games, whatever you want to label these as. The first one is definitely, certainly just uncommon because I've seen it before, I've held it before.
Mhm.
But this is a slightly harder to find game for the Xbox 360, and this is Raiden 4, which is a shooter. So Wes, I'm gonna let you take this one.
Yeah, man. I love those shooters. Like the Raiden Trad was like an horizontal shooter that every iteration was like super hard. I love them. I love the shooters. We're talking about prices. In August of 2020, you got a loose copy, which is just a CD for like $25. Completing box was 50, and a sealed was 75. And then we go to May 2021, little increase in the loose at $27. The completing box pretty much stayed the same. It's like $50.50. But then the seal jumped up a little bit to $83. And then June 2022, another increase. The loose, just a CD, $31. The complete in box though is a little surprising. It dipped a little bit to about $44,
Mm-hmm.
but the
That is
sealed
surprising.
copy jumped to 100.
Yeah, I mean, this is interesting again. Like, who is out there purchasing Raiden
Mhm.
for $31.20 and can't throw in an extra $13 to get the complete in box copy? What is wrong with you guys? There's no way I would not spend $13 more to get the damn box.
Well, I mean, if you can't find a complete in box, yeah, come on. You remember how people used to bring their games in the little CD holders and stuff.
Disgusting.
It does, but
Yeah, that was the word. All right, I want to trade these in. As soon as they brought in, because me, if you guys didn't know, real quick, Wes and I used to work at EB Games, and then later that merged became GameStop. And what Wes is referring to is back in the day when CDs were really popular, you buy like a CD holder for your car, usually for your car's CDs,
Mhm.
and like you would put all your CDs in there. Well, people would sometimes do this with games. And as soon as you saw a kid walk in there with that thing in its hands, you'd be like, oh, every game in there is scratched. Every single one. And every single time they'd be scratched to hell. I can't remember
For the
taking them
most
out and
part.
ever being like, oh, this looks nice.
But it's funny. Up to this day, we still get people with like a CD book full of games, and it breaks my heart because some of the stuff is good stuff. If it had the box and instructions, it'd be worth so much more. But so some of this uncommon stuff, some people may not just keep the boxes, so it's you're probably going to find it CD only.
Never. Can't do it. Not no loose discs. Not for me. I'll do loose cartridges, but not the discs.
No, I can't do loose discs. I
Mm-mm.
just can't. I can't.
Let's stay in the realm of that generation of consoles and talk about a little PS3 game called Africa with a K instead of a C. It's Afrika. Came out in August. I'm sorry, did not come out in August of 2020. Uh, the first pricing listing that we looked at was August of 2020.
Mhm.
Loose copy, $50. Complete in box, 112, and a sealed copy, 177.50. May 2021, loose, 86, so an increase. Complete in box, 176, so $60 increase or so. Sealed, 170, so actually dropped $7.50
Mhm.
sealed. Interesting. June 2022, loose, 85, down a buck. Complete in box, 143, down about what's that, 20 bucks, $30 from
Mhm.
the year before, but not at its lowest point. And then sealed copy still going for 170. And this is certainly, I wouldn't call this the rarest PS3 game, but it is up there. It is definitely one of the hardest to find PS3 games. And I don't know, what do you think about these prices?
It's it stayed consistent for the
Mm-hmm.
most part, especially the sealed ones.
Yep.
Eh, Other than since August of 2020, the prices pretty much, especially for the loose, kind of hovered around the same. But to be at a peak of $175 in 2021, and drop $30. I don't know.
This
It's
doesn't make any sense, except for one thing, which we're going to get into. The market is on a decline. It has to be. This is a perfect example of it having to be on a decline.
yeah,
There is no reason for this game to be on the decline because if anything, PS3, I'm not saying it's going to rise tomorrow, but it's got to start being on an incline soon. So people are going to start looking for the harder to find stuff now, which is Africa. How is this game still going for relatively the same price for a year and a half?
yeah, yeah.
I'm about to go buy a sealed one because I know that thing is going to be worth like at least four times that, in a couple of years from now when people actually start going back and picking up the
I
PS3 games.
vaguely remember that game coming in when it came out, and I don't think anybody paid any attention to it.
I was working at GameStop before, when we were phasing out PS3 games, I was there. I probably held a copy of Africa in my hands, and it was probably less than $10. Certainly under 20, without a doubt. But I wasn't. I didn't. First of all, I didn't know it was rare. I might have picked it up if I knew it was rare. I just was like, "What the hell is this game?" I
Right,
don't know if it's
right.
like an animal simulator or like a zoo type game. I don't know. There's animals all over the cover, so that's what I'm assuming that kind of game was. But what the hell is this? Nobody bought
Yeah,
it.
nobody bought it. Like I said, I think we had like 2 copies when it first came out, and I remember it vividly, but no one paid attention to it.
Nope, not at all. But now you should go get yourself a copy because I guarantee you that one's going to go up, especially when people really start getting the PS3 stuff. A game I really want is this one, OutRun
Ah,
2006 on Xbox. Man, I wish I picked this up back in the day because Xbox games are generally cheap. This one is not.
they are. They are. For the most part, they are,
Yep. Still,
with a few exceptions.
this is the exception. August 2020, OutRun 2006. I think it's called Coast to Coast is the subtitle of the game.
Mhm.
August 2020, $84, complete in box, 217, sealed 642. Just a note for you guys, that was the sealed peak, 642. May 2021, loose was $90, so up about $6. Complete in box, 196, down a little bit. Sealed 199.98. Wow.
Huge drop.
Is that $400 loss in value?
Huge drop.
Jesus. Man. June 2022, loose $79. So that dropped.
Hmm.
Complete in box 281. So the complete in box is up. Sealed 376. So up for May, but not even, that's about halfway to where the peak was. So this is an odd one. And I think this game is probably certainly up there in the harder to find games for original Xbox, which is probably why the prices are sporadic because I don't think these go on sale very often. And I think
They
whoever
don't.
paid $642 for it, probably thought at that time that this was rarer than it is. Not to say that it's not rare, but comparing that to 376 now for a sealed copy, it's like, man, you paid a lot for that, dude. What were you doing?
Well, Arcade One Up built or put out the OutRun cabinet.
Oh, I didn't know that actually.
So there's been like a resurgence of OutRun.
Hmm. Did it have this version on there or no?
No, it was the arcade version,
Mm.
but still, it was OutRun.
I just got the
So,
arcade version on my Switch within the past 6 months because it was like it
mhm.
was like $5 on the Sega Ages version for the Switch.
Okay, yeah, yeah, they put out they had put out the whole cabinet with the steering wheel, and you can buy like the attachments to make it the big sit down model
That's awesome.
or just a stand up. So yeah, so people OutRun has kind of come back in a sense. People who remember it back in the day are still interested in it, and it with Arcade One Up now, it exposed a whole new generation to it. So I think that's kind of keeping the price relatively high. I don't know if it'll ever see its peak again of 600,
Yeah,
but
it's a lot.
it's still pretty costly.
Wes, you're a little bit more familiar with this than me, I think. Why don't you talk about this next PS2 game?
Rule of Rose, man. I I vaguely remember that,
I
but
remember it.
it was
I remember having sealed copies in my hands.
yeah, yeah. But this is another one. It's is it rare? Eh, it's definitely uncommon because
Certainly uncommon.
I don't
It's
see too many of them.
without a doubt, it is a hard to find. Certainly a hard to
Yes.
find PS2 game. Maybe it's rare. I'm not sure. I never looked at like the numbers on it or like what print run it got. But I know it's certainly hard to find.
Oh, exactly. Because you and as far as pricing, I mean, because it's uncommon, it's August of 2020. Just the CD was 186 bucks. Complete in box was 565, and then a sealed was just under 850. Then we go to 2021. There was a huge increase of $323 for just a CD, 634 for a complete in box, and $1,100 for a sealed copy.
God.
And then it still continues to go up because in June, loose is 440, complete in box 660, and then a sealed copy is 1,140. So this one it steadily saw an increase.
Well, again, I think that goes back to what we just mentioned. This game is truly harder to find, and it's
Mhm.
and at this point, people know about it, so it's probably only going to get harder to find. So I think if you have any copies of this at all, loose seal, it doesn't matter. The price on this game is probably going to continue to rise.
Even in the store, I haven't seen Rule of Rose traded in ever.
Speaking of hard to find stuff, you have seen this game traded in, and it breaks my heart that I didn't buy it then. I'm never going to buy this game now. I've come to that conclusion that I'm never going to buy this game because the price just keeps going up. I mentioned it earlier. Little Samson, NES,
Mm-hmm.
August 2020. Loose copy, $1,481. Complete in box, $2,424. Sealed, $7,678. May 2021. Loose, 1,479. So
Mm-hmm.
dropped $3. Complete in box, 3,863. So that dropped about $100. Sealed copy, not dropping,
Oh,
$11,928.
oh my goodness.
That was in 2021. Now let's take a look
Oh,
at 2022. Loose copy rebounds $2,500, $1,000 more than it was a year ago. Complete and box copy $5,616, almost $2,000 more than it was a year ago. And your sealed copy doubled to
mm,
$22,464. That's why I'm
mm.
never going to have a copy of Little Samson.
No, Little Samson is one of the exceptions where that game I don't think will ever decline in price.
No, it may peak, but it's going to like hold its value wherever it is because everybody knows about it now.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's super hard to find. For NES collecting, I collect loose NES games, so I would still be looking at what $2,500 if I was to get one today. Get the hell out of here! My wife would hang me. There's no way I can spend $2,000 on a video game.
Unreal. Again, I've never heard of Little Samson until a few years ago. Like I said, we got it in the store. Someone sold it to us, and I'm like, why is this game so expensive? But I never heard of it until then. And now it's
I would have been
ridiculous.
shaken as it came in. I was like, oh my god.
Ridiculous.
Do you remember what year that was?
Yeah, oof. I want to say it was I don't know if it was pre-COVID or during COVID. I want to say it was maybe 2019 ish.
Was it complete in box or loose or what?
It was complete in box.
Oh
It was complete
man,
in box. And
man,
I think we wound up selling for like 1,200 bucks or something like that.
that's crazy, dude.
It is crazy. It is
You should
crazy.
have just put it in the back of the store and like forgot about it for a few years. You could have sold it for $5,600.
Man. But it didn't last long. It really didn't. It was a
I would.
conversation piece. People would come in, see how much we were asking for it. What is this? We'd let them know. But it sold. It sold relatively quickly. Like when I say relatively quickly, I'm talking a couple days.
Yeah, I would have. I would have dove into that too. Definitely. For a seal, for a, not a seal, complete in
Complete in
box. Hell yeah,
box.
hell yeah.
Oh yeah,
You have this one on the Saturn, so I'm gonna let you talk about Panzer Saga.
man. Panzer Dragoon Saga. I want to play this game so bad. It's like I'm getting the itch to open it, but I won't open it. I won't
I
open it.
mean, no, dude. At this point, you can just buy a loose disc if you want to play it. There's
I
no way
know,
you're opening that game now.
but until in 2020, the loose disc was $427. Complete in box was 1150, and a sealed, which really wasn't that much more, 1170. And then May 2021, you're looking at 600 for a loose, 1200 for a complete in box, and then a sealed was 1390. And then June of this year, 2022, loose rose just a little bit at 626. Complete in box dipped like $20 to 1195. And then the sealed, but it also caused the sealed one to drop just a few dollars to $1,200. But that's still crazy expensive. But you know,
Well, this is how you
sealed,
know the game is rare. This complete in box copy must be as rare, almost as rare as the sealed one for them to be like the same price.
yeah, yeah.
That's
But there's
nuts.
really not a huge dip. There was a rise and then a slight dip,
Yeah,
but it's which isn't a huge chunk. Like if it dropped to like, even if the complete in box dropped to like $800, that's a huge difference. But we're talking $20 here or
yeah. And with,
there,
with Saturn games too, that might just go right back up like in a few more months.
right? Because Saturn games in general are just ridiculous.
Definitely. This next one is a copy that I own. This is one of the hardest to find GBA games. It's first of all, it's like if you have a GBA, it's like one of the best GBA games you can ever get. It's phenomenal. Beat the game, love it so much. If you guys like Ninja Gaiden and you ever see this game, you need to pick it up if you can. Ninja 5.0, August 2020, $243 loose. Complete in box 515, sealed was 772. May of 2021, 362 for a loose cart. Complete in box was 810, and a sealed copy was 819. So this goes back to what I was saying a few minutes ago about not having a huge disparity between the complete in box and the sealed, because this game is just simply hard to find, or uncommon, or rare, or whatever. June of 2022, $421 for loose, so up. Complete in box, up, $900 in June of 2022. Sealed, rose again. $1,350 is what it's currently going for a sealed copy.
That's your game, man.
So good. One of the best GBA games. We got a couple Sega CD games here. So again, you have both of these. So why don't you talk about these two?
Oh, Snatcher. Snatcher was one. Snatcher was such a great game. Such a great game. I keep hoping it gets re-released somewhere. But Snatcher is one that consistently holds its value. Just a loose disc in August 2020, you're looking at $710. Complete in box was just under 900, and then a sealed copy was $1,045. And then we saw a slight increase in May of 2021 with the loose being 887. A complete in box jumped to 1,300, and then the sealed copy more than doubled to $2,500.
Yep.
That's
That's
crazy.
that is
Whew.
crazy.
But then we got some interesting things happening
Yeah,
in
very
in,
interesting.
in June of this year because the loose jumped to $1,000. The complete in box dipped slightly to 1,200,
Yep.
but then the sealed copy of Snatcher drops to $600.
I
What?
mean, I don't know the answer to this question. I don't know why that. Obviously, that's the big answer to the question, right? Why the hell would Snatcher drop to $605? There's a few things that could be the reason. One, this game sealed probably hardly ever goes on sale. That's probably one. This may have been like a listing
Mhm.
somewhere where somebody had like make an offer. I mean, I'm not sure if price charting even checks those or not, but maybe they just listed on eBay, as like a buy it now for that price because they needed it to move like immediately. They didn't care. I mean, I have no idea. It doesn't make any rational sense. Whoever was looking to get money
None.
out of this thing if the last one sold, the last time we looked at them anyways, it was like $2,500, and you sold it for
Mhm.
600. What the hell were you thinking, man? A complete in box copy selling for over 1,000.
Over 1,000.
So I wish I knew the answer to this for you guys. I really do, but I'm baffled.
I mean, I have a theory. We'll see. I hear some rumblings that it could be included with the Mega Drive Mini 2 that's coming out. So if that's the anticipation, then we'll see. Because if it doesn't, then I wonder if this price is going to shoot right back up.
I think that it will be in the mini because it's like there's obviously a lot of Sega CD games already listed for that. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Popful Mail, which is the next one we're going to talk about, that's in there. Why the hell would Snatcher not be in there? That doesn't make any sense.
No, but Snatcher they haven't announced yet, and I think that's it's keeping that seal copy price so low. So
I
we'll
think that
see.
might be part of it, but I think some fluke just happened. I think some weird shit went down, and somehow somewhere somebody sold a loose copy or a sealed copy for $600, which is whoever bought that must have had like tears in their eyes, like, oh my god, I can't believe I got this for six hundred
I
dollars. Like
know.
this is crazy.
Well, we'll see. Once they announce all the titles, we will see. We will monitor Snatcher and see if this price jumps back up. I'm
I
really
think
curious now.
I think it will. I think if we look at these numbers in 6 more months from now, it's going to be at least $1,000. At
If
least.
if it's not included.
I think it'll be at least $1,000 even if it's included because it's a hard to find game and it's sealed. I think this was
Okay.
a fluke. But I think overall, if you're looking at the other ones, I think they're going to go down. That loose copy is going to drop. That complete in box copy is going to
Mhm.
drop for sure.
Yeah. But you mentioned Popful Mail. That's another one that you said that is included
Mm-hmm.
in the new Mega Drive Mini 2, which I hope it comes out to America because I really want one.
I do
Uh,
too.
for Sega CD, just in August 2020, loose was like 250. Complete in box was $525, but a sealed copy was 650. And then May 2021, it rose in price. Loose was 380. Complete in box jumped a little bit to about 550, but then the sealed stayed the same. It stayed flat at 650.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, I mean that's still expensive, but I was surprised it stayed flat. But then
It
in
may have
June,
stayed flat because there may not have been any sales in between that time. You know what I mean?
okay, good point. And then June this year, loose dipped just a little bit to like 357. Complete in box rose to just under 590, and then the sealed copy though doubled in price
Yep.
to 1350.
Yeah, the guy who bought it for $650 was like, "Oh, I can sell this for twice as much now."
Yeah, yeah. But Powerful Mail is just is a game. Outside of myself, I mean, not too many people bought.
Yeah,
You know, so I mean, I'm kind of happy it's going to be included in the Mega Drive too, because a lot of other people can experience it.
yeah. I mean, it's not my cup of tea. If they put Snatcher on there, I'm gonna want one pretty bad. So I'm hoping they put Snatcher on there. Hoping they bring it out to the U.S.
Man, I really hope a whole new generation of people get to experience Snatcher. So good, so good.
Hell yeah, man! Old school Kojima. The next one we got is NES. I'm sorry, SNES Classic,
Mhm.
Earthbound, which you've had in your store before, I'm sure.
Yeah, we have a couple times.
Yeah, it's not the. It's probably an uncommon game. It's not a hard. It's not rare. It's not very rare or anything like that. I would just say it's probably uncommon, especially if you get it with a strategy guide because it came with this
Right.
big box with that strategy guide inside of it.
I was going to say that's why it's probably uncommon because it came in this giant box that came with the strategy guide. So to have everything is a rarity.
Yeah, I think this is one game that you would want to have the guide with though. But I mean, the pricing is going to be, you'll see. August of 2022. I'm sorry, 2020. $277 loose, $1,120 complete in box, sealed, 2303. May of 2021, 361. So that's up a bit. Complete
Mhm.
in box, 1580. That's up about $400. Sealed, $2,835. Up about 500. June 2022. Down a little bit on the loose side, 340.52. Up on complete in box, which makes sense because we just said that box is ridiculous.
Mhm.
$2,347. So a little less than what the sealed one was a year ago in May of 2021. Now the sealed copy, $7,513. So about a $500 increase. I'm sorry, $5,000 increase. My bad.
Wow.
Missed a zero on that one. But yeah, this
Wow.
is a very sought after SNES game. So I'm sure that that helps it increase in value that way.
It is. It is. A lot of people come in just randomly asking, "Hey, do you guys have Earthbound for Super Nintendo?" No, we don't. Like I said, I've seen it come into the store a couple times. I've seen it just a cartridge, but the other couple times, this individual had it complete, the big box and everything.
That's
I
so
was
crazy.
impressed. I was impressed.
Yeah, I would love to have that, but I'm not that big in RPGs. I would never spend that much on the complete in box copy. I would get a loose one if anything.
I've never played it.
It's on the SNES Classic, and I have that,
Yep,
so I
I
don't
have
need
that.
it. I'll play it that way. Plus, it's probably going to be on Switch Online sooner than later. If it's not, it might already be
True.
on there, actually. I don't remember. It might be on there already.